Yeah, so I pretty much simplified Bitcoin in its entirety. One, two, three, four zones. Look right here. Look at the last cycle. Let's go to the weekly chart. This is where you hold. This is where you take healthy profits, right? Because you don't know if it'll get overheated. And then this is where you get the heck out, right? Same with here. And then this is where you buy. Okay. This actually should be whoop right here because this is for next cycle. Yes, I do believe that Bitcoin is coming down here. Before you get triggered, it's happened. It's happened, you know, 75%, 2018, 87%, 2025, only 33? Nah, 66%, 70%. Very much possible. Anyways, that's not the video right now. The video right now is, so literally these are the zones that we have, okay? Like this is actually very important to know, because if you see these wicks right here, every time we've hit this, let's just make a horizontal line right here, and let's make it green so it can pop out. So you see this green line, right? So we pumped, we've hit it, we hit it a second time, we came all the way back, literally back down here, right? We did a wick, right? Bullish candle, and then we go right back. We bounced off again, and then we lost it. Once we lost it, we go, genuinely a lot of people, including me, were looking for this bounce that just happened to happen here, you know, at the same spot, 74K, the previous highs, and also 2021 cycle highs, right? Which is around, that was around 69K, 70K, but 74K, like here, basically. That's where I expected it to happen also. But what looks like what happened is that we came under this, you know, this is the middle point right here, that dashed line. We lost it, but we rejected it, but it looks like it's trying, right? So if this week closes above here, that could be a good sign. We come back, we retest here, and then bounce higher. And then, you know, we'll see. There is not a high, but there is a chance that we could come up here. We could even wick. We could literally wick all the way to 108K and then not make it, you know, like close actually here at 100K or something like that. Kind of like what happened right here. You know, we wicked at 109,000, but we actually only closed at 102,000. You know, these things happen. Or right here, we wicked 74K and we actually only closed at 78K on the week. That's why I always wait for the weekly to finish, right? But that's the idea right now, is that, you know, for me personally, I've already taken my profits. Bro, thank God, bro. It was actually in this area. It was in the get out area. Oh my God. But anyways, nonetheless, and when I say get out area, I'm talking not up here. I'm talking at, you know, once I saw it was about to break here on the daily, it was breaking before it came all the way down here, literally basically around 108. I was making posts and calling, you know, that these were the tops, but I was too much of a wuss at that time. But still, thankfully, I ended up getting out in time. Nonetheless, this is that zone of, hey, do we get right back, or do we drop lower and get down to this zone? These indicators, by the way, is honestly on the way up. This is for, you know, when we're going up, you hold here, take healthy profits here, you get out here. But on the way down, it's a little bit different. Okay? It's a little bit different. Because here, look at what happened. Let's look at literally last cycle, right? You know, hold, take profits, get out. Okay, now come down here, right? Oh, actually, let me show you basically where we're at now last cycle, which is basically about right here. Okay, so we actually came down to the yellow range, right? And then we had our little rally. We hit right at the halfway mark here, and then we crashed lower, right? So that could happen, but the idea is that, you know, on the way down, I would not be getting in until I see a uptrend, which is what it tried to do here. This is where I would have gotten in, basically, right? We have a high, a low, a higher high, and then boom, this is a higher low, right? The idea is that you wait for a bull candle, right, to engulf this one, like some type of bull. If there was a bull candle here, right, and it closed, I guarantee you we would have actually been, we wouldn't have fell right away. We would have actually probably been able to go above. Maybe we would have still fell, but we would have definitely came all the way up here. But it's because, like, I'm not trying to say that I'm a smart trader, okay? All right, I'm not trying to say I'm smart money. But I'm telling you how smart money works and how they think, right? And they're the ones that have the money to actually move the market. They're not gonna just buy, you know, just a falling knife. They're gonna wait, right? Just like here, actually. Just like here, you see this candle right here, a little bit bullish, and then the next candle even more bullish, right? If this one was bullish, this one would have been bullish for sure. But we didn't have that higher low. We just didn't. Technically, this is not a higher low at all, right? Technically, it's literally just a, oh my god. Okay, I can't do the drawings, it's fine. Technically, we did the high, another high, a low, but there is no, we didn't make a low, you know, because again, we didn't have a green or a white candle. If we had a white candle, then it would have actually been a higher low and we would have probably continued, but we didn't. It closed red, and so it dropped lower. So technically, that's pretty much what I'm looking at here is that, okay, hey, look, this is a high, right? This is a low. This is a higher high. This is clearly a higher high, right? No matter what this does, it's still going to be a higher high. Even if this week closes back down, it's still above this high, right? But my thing is, I don't care. I'm not getting in. I'm going to wait to see the curvature once it curves, whether it's here or up here or here. Again, I don't think it'll go all the way up there. I actually think it will probably have another resistance level, which is right here, right? Which is this low and these highs. I wouldn't consider these the highs because this kind of peaked and fell. But these are the highs. These are the highs here, or the lows here. And that's also $101,000 or $100,000. That's where the 50-week MA is gonna. This is like honestly the most crucial point, right? This is all I've been talking about. This is the most crucial point for it. But you know, if it does this and then it does this and it creates a bullish candle, all right, now we've actually, I would say, like, hey, we didn't do the same thing as we did last cycle. We actually now have a uptrend. We have an uptrend now, and now I can target this high, right, and see what happens here, right? And I can put my risk down here. Now I target this high, and I just keep riding it until it breaks it, until it breaks that, all right? And then we go back to retest, and you know, we don't always have to go back to retest, but the point is, it breaks it, I'm out, right? But for me, I am not going to get in there until I see boom, blah. I have to see a higher high. It is not in an uptrend unless you have a higher high and a higher low. What I meant is I have to see a higher low, not a higher high. A higher high is going to happen anyways. It's pretty much already there. But that's literally it. If we do that, we could, you know, continue that uptrend momentum, higher high, higher low until we get up there, right? But if we don't, then hey, you know, like we're gonna have to come down here, all right? We're gonna have to come down here, and then we see, do we bounce all the way up here, or no? Do we actually just lose it, and then we come down here, and then we go down there, you know, lower and lower and lower. It's gonna be a crazy ride. Let's find out.